You know, Steve, a lot of famous actors have run for political office, but who is the most famous comedian to end up in politics?
No need for a recount, Randy. The hands-down winner is this former SNL writer and performer who once claimed an entire decade for himself.
And you know, a lot of well-meaning people come up to me and say, Al, is it still the Al Franken decade? Yes, it is. You see, after leaving the original Saturday Night, you know, the one with all the incredibly talented people, people like me, Al Franken.
I'm Randy Hodgins.
And I'm Steve McClellan, and that was comedian, writer, actor, and former U.S. Senator Al Franken. Born in New York City to Reformed Jewish parents, Al was raised in the Minneapolis suburbs, and after graduating from Harvard, teamed with his childhood friend Tom Davis as original writers on Saturday Night Live.
Franken received 5 Emmy Awards for his TV writing and producing. He and Davis scored memorable roles in the classic comedy Trading Places and wrote and appeared in the 1986 film One More Saturday Night. In 1991, Franken created the fictional character of Stuart Smalley, who would appear in a faux self-help show called Daily Affirmations with Stuart Smalley. Here's a classic SNL clip.
Hello, I'm Stuart Smalley. First of all, I just want to say that yesterday's show entitled Fear is a Dark Room Where Negatives Get Developed was not my best show. And that's okay. Only the mediocre are always at their best.
The character was popular enough to spawn a book and a film titled Stuart Saves His Family. And in the mid-90s, Franken began delving into political satire with the book Rush Limbaugh is a Big Fat Idiot and Other Observations, which topped the New York Times bestseller list, and the audiobook read by Franken won a Grammy Award in 1996. That year, Al was also tapped to host the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Here's a sample.
You may want to flip back and forth to C-SPAN 2 because there's a fascinating roundtable discussion from the Shorenstein-Barone Center on the Press. It's entitled Constant Self-Reevaluation. Useful exercise or giant wankathon?
More books followed, and beginning in 2004, Franken was a host on Air America Radio, where he announced his candidacy for the U.S. Senate on his final show in February 2007. Franken was elected in 2008 in a very close contest and re-elected in 2014 by a more comfortable margin. 3 years later, allegations by model Leanne Tweeden and other women about inappropriate behavior forced Franken to resign, although many former colleagues have said they now regret those actions.
Since then, Franken has resurfaced with a regular podcast, comedy club performances, and guest hosting The Daily Show.
You can find out more about Al Franken and all our comedy legends, including video clips and extended audio cuts, at laughtracksradio.com. Thanks for listening, and until next time, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. Goodbye, everybody.